Hello, 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 everybody. It is Matt, and it is Scary Saturday, and I am back at you with yet another review. Before I roll on to any of that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Do me a really huge favor and like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing your beautiful faces when I am here. I know I'm here an awful lot, but I have an awful lot on my plate to review. And one last little tidbit of information. I give you a bigger bite of every single movie of every single day in the description box. I give you a brief synopsis, which I didn't write today's synopsis. It was actually provided by the director himself. I gave you your starring cast, your director, your runtime of the cut I am watching, along with a link for a trailer, a link for where you can watch this bad boy for free, and if you decide you can help support Matt's Movie Mania and toss me a couple of bucks. So with all that said in mind and all that out of the way, let's roll on to the film of the day. And today's came out back in 2022. It is none other known as Welcome to the Game. Wow, wow, wow. What an interesting title, what an interesting movie, what an interesting premise. It is based off of a series of video games. Welcome to the Game 1 and 2, I believe there's only 2 of them. At least I only found information on 2 of them. And they based the synopsis of this movie off of those games. Now, with all that said in mind, I'm going to actually read you the synopsis. I rarely do that, but today I feel like it is much needed because this one is a definite up and down roller coaster that goes from one direction to another direction without any kind of warning. So if you get lost easy, you could probably get lost if you're not paying attention. This is one of those kind of movies that you have to pay attention to from beginning to end. Now, what is Welcome to the Game about? It is about this. Clint Edwards has been off the radar for some time now, but for some reason his past has come back to haunt him. As he is put on a case to solve the whereabouts of a missing woman, his only clues are through the dark web, which you know that already right there is leads you up to no good. But surely nothing can go wrong from that, right? What's the worst that can happen? Yeah, what's the worst that can happen? Well, you could be stalked by brooding gentlemen that are going to possibly kill you if you do not do what their boss tells them to. If you do not do what their boss tells you to do, it definitely is a very interesting ride. It starts out with a interesting scene with our good old friend Derek Braasch from Chibi's film production, doing a scene where he's playing a detective, a hardened detective that is meeting our Clint Edwards for a dish of ice cream. Now, when they are meeting, they are going over this case. He leaves him a giant 3-ring binder full of information on the case and what they have to go on with him. Now, he goes home and he has himself a nice little beverage, and as he is having his beverage, he is constantly called by a random person that at first is never there, and then eventually he talks to the person. It eventually leads him outside to where a drone has come and is dropped off some more information for him. Very cool little drone shots going on with it. I really liked that. I thought it added a little extra oomph to the story. I thought it really gave it a little extra production value. Now, with all that said in mind and all that, I don't want to give away really too much of the movie itself. I want you guys to watch this one. I think it is well worth your watch. It is well worth its weight in gold. Now, this one only runs at about, I believe it was 40 some minutes. It wasn't very long. It's not a long feature at all. I think like 48 minutes. 4 minutes of it is through credits itself. So you can just skip through the credits. I don't believe that there was anything worthwhile other than just catching the names of people that have worked on this lovely production, which I am very, very happy with this one. On to the three things that I love my movies to meet, and the first thing is audio. Audio gets an A. It is never a moment in there where I misunderstand a character, where I don't understand what they are saying due to audio glitches or any bumps in the audio or any weird outside interference such as wind static or anything of that nature. It has a very smooth, clean audio track where you're never once guessing what is being said. So it's going to get an A there. I feel like it does a very good job. I feel like they knew what they were doing and knew how to do it to accomplish these outdoor shots, shots with the drone, shots inside, just all these different shots that they pulled off. Even in a crowded ice cream parlor, they pulled off some interesting shots that the audio worked very well. On to the second thing that I love my movies to meet, which is dialogue. This thing is written very well. I feel like Johnathan Mueller and I forget exactly the other name of the person that wrote this. I feel like they did a very good job at writing the script for this, especially based off of the video games, the video game story that it is getting its original content from. So it does a very good job on that, and I'm going to give it an A+ on dialogue, because the dialogue is where the bread and butter is in this movie. I feel like it has very interesting dialogue to go along with each and every interesting character. And I'm going to add on one extra thing on the performances. The performances are pretty good. They are not lackluster. They're not wooden. They are very believable and make you really feel for our Clint Edwards character. They make you feel for him, and then by the end of the movie, you get a very interesting ending that I did not see coming. I did not see the direction that it was going to go in, and I appreciate that. So it's going to get an A+ on dialogue. Now, the final thing that I love my movies to meet, which is editing. The editing is very crisp, cool, and clean as well. There's no weird jump cuts in it that don't make sense. There's no continuity errors due to the editing. There is no weird loss of momentum going through that. It keeps a nice steady forward pace at during the entire movie at all costs. It does exactly what it's set out to do. So it is a home run out of the park for a movie. I feel like this short film is definitely well worth your watch. Definitely check out Welcome to the Game from Johnathan Mueller. It is a plus type of movie. Now, on to my final score of 1 through 5. Is it going to get a 5? No, not quite. It's going to get a 4 out of 5. If it was just a little bit longer, I think it would have pushed it up to that 4.5. But to get the 5, you really, really, really have to impress me beyond belief. And I've only given one 5.5 out of 5 in 3 years, so it's very hard to get that from me. But a 4.0 out of 5, I feel, is a very good score for this film. It is way above average. It is definitely something that will stick with you after you watch it and make you think about it once you've finished watching the movie, which is usually a good sign that the film is well worth your while. Alright guys, I love your faces. I'll be back at you on Monday with yet another review. And then every other day after that, of course, I have reviews lined up for the rest of the month. Alright guys, love your faces. And as always, peace.